Hey guys, my name is Citiac and welcome back to the episode of our isolated city here in City Skylines, where today guys, I want to kind of play around with transporting goods around the island. Now, I've given him a lot of thought lately, the fact that normally when I build cities, I always kind of have the infrastructure in place to be able to transport the goods via train. This makes it a lot easier to get goods to and from industrial areas to commercial areas, and just to make the city survive, flourish, and with the goods malnourish. This city, this isolated island, I don't have that. And what I've noticed is the highway infrastructure that we built has become our train line. And I'll explain what I mean in just a moment. So as always guys, if you do enjoy this, please smash the like button down below. And if you're not new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when the next episode does come out. Now, if I was to have a train line tearing through, the only way we get cargo in right now is this cargo hub. And then they just drive the goods to wherever they need to go to. Now, if I had a train line from this and a train line tearing through and stations along the way, trains will go through, stop at a station, do what they need to do. But my highways have become my train lines, because look at my highways. 90% of the vehicles that you see on these highways are commercial vehicles. The highway technically is my train line, and the goods are coming through, just in the form of a million vehicles. Now that's not bad, it's, you know, it is what it is, but it does add to the traffic, and I kind of want to take away from that. And I thought to myself, how can I implement a train line through this system? Because what I could do is I could obviously add or take the train line from here away, have a little stop every so often for cargo. But because the way I've built it, it feels near on impossible. And I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I've came up with, I'm hoping, what is going to be a solution. Okay? It's an interesting one. I don't know how this is going to work out. I honestly don't know how this is going to work out, but it's a very, very interesting one. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to troll it on this area here. So basically what I'm saying is, guys, we have this gap between the highway going all the way through, and it should technically be the same equal gap space, obviously until we get to the single road where it's a bit wider, but it's enough there to run a train line through it. You see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm pretty much going with this right now? This is going to be a very, very interesting take on distributing cargo. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring the train lines up right now. Alright, there we go. And we're going to use the parallel mod, which is just here. And if I go from here, and let's say I take it all the way to the other side just there. Tab it so it's in the middle, and then just make sure that it is in the middle, which that is kind of perfect, and then press enter. Now, we should have, when the game unpauses itself. What's going on with the game right now? Have I broken the game? Excuse me, game! I think I might have broken the game. I have no idea how I've done this, but look at how perfect that kind of is. I mean, granted, I can maybe take it over by one more on the other side if it will allow me to do it. But yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? That's hilarious. Right, I'm going to have to kind of reload the game right now because something has just completely broken. Right, I've just tried to do it again, and this time it worked. So, I don't know what's going on right now. I just want to make sure the game does not break again. Right, let me try this again, boys. Let me try this again. So, if I select here, and I've actually got it more centralized as well, and go here, and just double checking. So, you can see how it's kind of over to the left by one. So, if I go minus, right, that centralizes it a little bit more. And I just now wait a second, because the game has now technically frozen again. Now, it did work last time. I just pressed the play button and everything kind of worked. I'm just kind of waiting. It's weird, guys. I'm telling you right now. It's weird. I don't know how the game is kind of collapsing under my fingertips as we speak. There we go. There was a long pause there to get in that train line in. But there we go. Alright, it works, okay? I just have to play the waiting game slightly. So I can get this train line to run perfectly in the center. It's beautiful. You can see the the fence on the one side. You can see the fence on this side, which slightly over still a little bit more, but there's not really much I can do about that, I'm afraid. Oh, no, I think it's when it starts to bend. Okay, the bend's not perfect. But yeah, I can get trains to run down the center. Now, you're probably asking, okay, that's great, Seniac, but then how do trains then go to a cargo train station to drop off the goods? Well, I have thought about that as well. Now, I've got another plan, and this is what I was going to do. My first plan was, well, when we get to the roundabout here, why don't we try and do something that, you know, we can kind of implement the junction. So I can either make this go up and elevate above and then drop back down on that side. So it's elevated in the middle and I can create like a trumpet or whatnot. But then I thought, no, that's going to look too messy, too ridiculous. What if I just hide it all underground? Now this is the... I don't know how to put this. This is the result of necessity at this point. If I drop down by -10, and if I start here and then just go across to, let's just say, here, this whole section there is underground, where I'm hoping I can create a 21 by 21 triangle to connect. Now, all I've got to do is get, and I have to anarchy this, unfortunately, that connected to there, that connected to there, and then just kind of sort it all out where it doesn't clip in certain areas. Like, we've got the issue just here now happening with this road. We can sort all this out and we can fine-tune it all. But then you don't notice it as it disappears. And then I can do some kind of crazy junction. And then I can make the train line pop up wherever I want for the cargo station. And if I implemented one of these on each of the roundabouts, I can then have so many train stations. Now, I probably won't do one on every roundabout, don't get me wrong. But I've now all of a sudden utilized the highway, the dead space, to now kind of transport cargo goods. It's quite exciting, isn't it? It is quite exciting. So let me... Okay, I'm still back into play mode. The game still works. The game still works. Let me see if I can now still make this kind of work. So if I bring this... Oh, what have I done there? Right, there we go. Bring this so that there doesn't hit the road. So each kind of section is going to be fine-tuned anyway. And... Let me bring the train tracks back up. I wonder if I can... well, one, I'm in underground mode. But I wonder if I can elevate just this little strip here. No, it's not going to work. We'll just angle it. We'll use the kind of the elevation tool here. And we'll go back to, what do you reckon, there. And then create the slow decline and incline. So I'm basically going back. I'm picking 4 notes. We can get away with that, right? Oh, that's going to look... It feels quite seamless, doesn't it? And I like the idea... I mean, I could have kept it all on the ground, but I feel like that would have been a little bit weird. I want to see the trains running back and forth. That's going to look really, really cool, isn't it? So, let's utilize this then as being our first one. And then this one's probably not going to have one because when it goes down here and then pops back up there, I'll use this V as what connects over to this hub there. Exciting. Very exciting. Very exciting. So a cargo train station, which would be this damn folio here, I'm going to simply implement it around this area. Now, in terms of roads, we have the road running straight down. I could also implement with the rural style of road that I've been using, which is really, I really do like this. Bringing this directly up as well, under there. So it runs down either side of this commercial area, and this is where we'll implement the cargo train station. Now, it will fit perfectly between, so I'm going to kind of place it just here or here. Let's go here, because it gives me a wider run on this side versus there to do the bend to come in. So then all I've got to pick is where the bend is going to take place. So we go underground by -10, and then we just need to pick the spot. So there, I need to do a 21. So it's going to be almost like I'm connecting on this road. Now, if I just come to the side of the road, right, which will allow me to run with it. Now, if I went there to 21, there to 21, and we're just now hoping, and I don't suppose we'll ever know, We're just hoping that we can access both sides with this. So what I could do is move that in. Because you know when you normally build like a V, sometimes the train tracks don't really connect on either side. But if I select the node and kind of bring it in like that, and then bend you like this, and then bend that one, you're almost guaranteeing that you've then got the connectivity added in. So all I then got to do, right, is up above here, bring this so far down. I reckon we'll take it to there, and then we'll drop it down by another 10 by minus 10. And I'm just going to use the connection tool underground to go connecting from there to there. So just make the thing nice and big. There we go. I mean, well, that's a bit too big. Do you know what? We'll manually do it because this looks a little bit excessive, doesn't it? It does look a little bit excessive. So we'll go from, we'll do a 10 by 10-ish bend. That's just probably as decent as I'm gonna get it. Bring it down to there, which would be a 29-ish. So if I go by a 19 and then 10 by 10-ish bend and then straight connect in. So you won't even know that all exists, and we are now technically all connected up. So you won't even know. This is the glorious part of all of this. So I just want to fine tune this a little bit more. So if I select the node just there and get that underground mode and then slightly bring it down so the land is more level, that works out better for us. And voila! So train line goes down, V's here and you won't even know, and then pops back up here. Now, does that not look good? Or does that not look good? I mean, that feels so clean and crisp. It really does. It feels so clean and crisp right now. Right, let's get it also on this side. Now, we're going to break the game yet again. I'm hoping this doesn't ruin my save game. Because I don't like the pausing that's happening between doing all of this. So I need the parallel tool to go from there. Oh, this is actually now a good issue. Because I was going to redo this at one point and all this is all different levels. Is this staying like this? I don't know. I don't know, but we'll act like it is going to stay like this for now. And bring it all the way down here. So tab it to invert it. And then, what was it? Minus, and then implement. Now, of course, there's different gradients to all of this highway. And the great thing is, when it goes across here, it also implements the bridge effect as well. Which is pretty sweet to see. This one side here is not level, but that's okay. We can kind of sort that out ourselves. I wonder if... Can I play the game? Yeah, okay, we're in play mode, so everything's okay. There to there, just to align that road a bit better. And then we'll get away with it all, right? No other issues just yet? No. Guys, it looks so clean, this does. I'm not going to lie to you right now. I'm not going to say, oh, I am a freaking genius, but I'm going to say it right now. I'm a freaking genius. Right? Right, calm down, Sonia. You haven't finished it quite just yet. So there to there. Pump that up. Pump that up. So how does that look from the outside? Again, we've got to sort out some... Oh, I don't like how it's done this now. So kill you back. Kill you back. And I think the best way to do it is to probably maybe go from... here to... No, I'm not liking how it's doing this. I really am not. Why is it doing it like this, though? Why is it choosing not to follow suit? There. Okay, we'll manually kind of do this. So we'll get to here, and we'll drop it down to the ground, and then we'll hit up the tunnel. So I could do the same just here. I could actually, hang on, I'll delete this bit there. So there, normally, drop it down to the ground, and then we'll hit the tunnel. And then we'll get away with all this. We're just going to sort out, real quick, the elevation switch up of that. Bring that maybe in a bit more. That works out just fine. That one's fine anyway. And then, last but not least, the alignment. In the ground again. There we go. And we chose 4, didn't we? Was it to go from there to there? Yes. That's how we want it working. So there to here, which is the 4. Bam. There we go. So again, you wouldn't even know what's going down. This thing looks so good. And again, I can put it back into play mode, and we're all okay. Right. Let's actually get this now connected to over here. So we'll implement the same procedure. That being, I go from here down to there, and then do my 21 by 21. But of course, we'll try and guarantee that we have the crisscross happening by overextending the bends a little bit. There we go. Which would create the little crisscross. I know this one's a little bit longer because the way we have to place that. And then we just got to figure out then how we want to add in the connection for this. So there's 2 ways I can do it. I could either bring it to there, tunnel it straight away. I could try and maybe flip this round and then come down and then at some point make it go underground. But it's a case of how would I do that? If I tried it from this side, because we have, you know, in reality, the more space. And if I went from there, 18. So if I did a 9 by 9, a 9 by 9, that type of bend like that, I will change the heights of it. Don't worry. Don't worry right now. Bringing that down to the ground here. We'll sort all the alignments out of this in just a moment. Right, and run that to a certain point. So I'll go here, and then by this point here, it's then going to be minus 10. So it goes under there, and I just got to then connect those 2 points up. Right, which is technically all I need to do. Now, I've got to make sure that this is all the right alignment and heights. I can see the bubbliness on the land that's being caused by all of this. So let me see what I can first kind of get underway and done with the alignments anyway. So if I'm... Hang on, what's the height difference there? So from there to there, there's not really much of a difference in the gradient, so I can't really change anything. But if I bring this all the way around to here... There we go. At least there's a gradient happening. From there, then back to here. It's only subtle enough that it does change the deformities of the land. And I don't know if there's anything placed in this. Nothing needs to change there. It's just now sorting out the elevation of all of this. So if I first pick this point there, because I can then decide how high this is. For now, the bend. So, bam, 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 bam. Now, that is a little bit too funky. I'm just wondering if I can play around a bit more with all of this. There to there. Is it enough for the vehicle? So that one's enough for the vehicle to go under. This one, not so much. So we'll just slightly raise it. There we go. And then we should have what we need it to do. So a nice symmetrical bend going round. Like I said, does what it needs to do. The land's a bit bumpy in the middle, but that's nothing that a little bit of a leveling couldn't fix. There we go. Want it all down in this area. Just smoothing it off slightly. And then we'll just quickly sort this out as well. So we need to select the node bit underground, flatten all this off so you don't really see nothing change. Okay. Now, is it as easy as just to drop a connection on this? Obviously, we'll implement the bend. So the train line is going to run almost parallel with the metro line underneath as it makes its turn. Bam, add that in. And now in reality, if I press play, we can now transport goods from here via train to here. it actually works. So just give it the water and the power that it's going to need. And in terms of power, we'll run it just from there. So it's got everything it needs to be fully functional. Very good. So I can implement this now moving forward, and we can actually have now trains running along the central section of the highway. That will be a sight to see if you're driving your vehicle right now. But if I implemented this all the way going through, I can now have an actual train network embedded in the highway and just have stops dotted along wherever I need them. How cool would that be? That would be pretty cool. Now, I want to see an actual train chewing along. I'm not sure how long that's going to take right now. But by doing this also, it will then start to reduce the amount of traffic on the highway. Not that it's an issue, but less traffic is always good, right? Less traffic is always good. So I need to make sure that this does work. That's the main thing. I need to make sure that this system does actually work. I'm not sure how long it's going to take before we actually start seeing something happen. So they enter from this road here. On there. Again, I'm just kind of glancing around until I see a spotted train appear anywhere. If I put this like this, I can see both sides. Okay, that's a better view. Down here and over here. So I'm waiting to see vehicles enter the train station. But also, I'm also waiting to see a train be generated from here. Now, yes, it is a short distance between the two. So they could just drive the goods down. And it's what they do, as you can see. But the train can do it in bulk. I'm hoping it is now set up in a way where they would want to do it. There we go. A vehicle just drove into here. Hoping that's not a worker and that's actually going to generate a train for us. So it's a little bit of a long-winded process right now, but I really want to see this actually work before I implement it to the rest of my city. Right, come on, fools. Generate a train for me. Generate a train. Come on. There's more ships coming in. Because you also have to give them a little bit of time for them to update their routes as well. Come on, generate that train for me. As soon as I see a train get generated, I know that this system works. My only downside would be is if this is not... They don't want to go here. Because then we got issues, boys. Then we've truly got issues. And we did see a couple of vehicles enter and exit. There's a few more coming now. Oh, there we go! It took a while, boys, but we finally got a train. We finally have a train. So this should now just appear from here at some point. Once it's gone through the process. There we go. And off it goes. So put that into normal play mode. But what a sight to see the train tearing through and along the cargo of the highway. This is actually really cool to see, isn't it? So that would do what it needs to do. Go down there and then we won't see it again until it pops up here. So fast forward. So I wonder if it then will start to change how many vehicles drive out. Once I implement the full system. It should do. We should see less... Well, I say you should see less vehicles. You'd always see vehicles from this area going to here because they're going to use this as their train stop. But less vehicles coming out when we've implemented the full system anyway. So that train goes there. Oh no, it loads itself back up and off it goes again. Oh, that's really cool to see. That's really cool. So now then we wait again as the train will appear up here. Off its skedaddles. And then it will stop here. And it will either despawn if there's not really any demand, or it will load it back up and then go back the opposite way. So wait for it to come in. Any minute now, boys. Here we go. Drop a load of goods off. There we go. Save some journeys. Hallelujah. Now, be honest, guys. What do you think about this system? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know right now. I think it's a really, really good use of the space without destroying any landscape in the city. Now, let me implement an additional one. So we've got this one over here. We're treating this one as all of this. I know these guys don't really have one, but it's not the end of the world. We don't have too much cargo going to these places, even though we do have commercial areas. But it's just they can drive down pretty easy anyway. So there's another train coming through as well. That one's filled up, boys. So let me implement one here, and we'll build a cargo station around here somewhere. And in next episode, we'll kind of continue to expand. I don't want to build one over here just yet because I haven't really planned out there or there. I could probably get one in like around here for this stop there to pick up a load of goods. And that's when you really see the changes start to kind of be implemented. So pause a second then, because obviously I'm going to now implement the parallel tool. And we'll go from here. And let's actually take it all the way down to here. Okay, I can't go that far. Where can I go that makes it green? There. And then all the way down to here. So just making sure that this is set up correctly. So that makes it all central. It should elevate itself and turns into a bridge just there when it needs it. It's putting the columns where the current bridge columns are. It does the little wiggle, which we can see. It tears through. It goes to here. I can now implement it. Very good, boys. Very, very good. So we'll get the underground section now added in. So get rid of the parallel tool now. And we'll go from... What's going on? Why can't I now build it? Oh, wait. I got to wait for the game to unpause, don't I? I got to wait for the game. There we go. The game's now unpaused. It's weird, that is, isn't it? It's really weird. So if I go from there to just here, then if I select here, and then I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to bring it down to the ground. Well, I'm not sure what's happening there. Or here. Bring it down to the ground. And then tunnel mode. Can I delete that? Right, we'll redo that because somehow that's just gone a bit funky. Right, so we go there. And I'll bring it down to -10. Very good. Oop, there. And we're bam. So that does again what I need to do. We'll quickly sort out the elevations of it. So I'm putting it back into normal play mode now. There's no need to rush through this. And we'll select the 4 again. That's what we used previously. It's a 4.5 gradient, which is actually quite steep considering. That's a 5.1, but that's probably more down to the fact the way that is a little bit more over than that one is. So it does what we need to do. That tears all the way down here. My only concern is this little section here. It seems to kind of dip down slightly, doesn't it? Let me see if I can sort that out. Does it dip down or is it me? I'm watching the... No, actually it does, doesn't it? So if I select this little node here and then I align it to the object height of you, so it kind of slightly brings it up, which is good to see. And then if I go from there to there, change it and pumps it up slightly. From there and then down to here. There we go. Just ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. Right, okay, so where am I going to place in then the cargo run? We have a lot of commercials. A commercial area here. There's a little bit over there, but that'll probably come from over there. But it's mainly to serve all of these fools down in this area. So I'm definitely going to bring something out. So what I would ideally want to do is set up something down here. Now this is going to be a little bit kind of, I won't say difficult to implement, but different to implement. And I want to try and get it to run down from here. So if I had, let's say I had this road coming up there, which I'll delete in just a minute, and then the connection happens just here. No, it's a little bit close, that. It's a little bit too close for comfort. That's a little bit too far in. I would kind of want it here, but that's not enough. Okay, that's not going to work out the way I assumed it was going to work. Oh, no, wait, hold on. It will work out. because the train line's underground. Right, I gotta do it by 9 by 9. And then run that down to there. So while this does tear through, I could implement the cargo train station just... see, now is this a little bit too much? See, this is what I mean by pushing it back slightly. Alright, cancel all that off. That's what I mean by pushing it back ever so slightly. So if I had it here, it's just getting it to run out of this section there. Is what I want it to do. Which, how does that go from a... How does this become a 9 by 9 for the bend? And the others don't. It's ever so weird, isn't it? Right, that's there. Running to that. If I go 3 to there. 4 by 4 on that slight little bend. And then ran this down just to end it here. Now, I probably will get it connected up to that. That's probably what I'll do, most likely. But the objective is here. Right, is to place you just there. It's enough where, I'm about to say, it doesn't cause any trouble, but it slightly does here, which I can bring you up just to compensate for it. There we go. Is that a bit too close, you reckon? Alright, we'll go there. Now, I'm hoping, right, that I can implement the tunnel bend. Right, if I do that and then go underground by 10, but I'm going to change up myself where it all takes place. So I know that clips into there, don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. I am fully aware. So what I'm going to do is select... What's going on? Why can't I select this? Right, do I need to make it continue first? To get the ability to select that? Yes, there we go. That messed up more than I expected. Right, why am I at... Am I still on the ground? I selected not to be underground there. Alright. This is what you gotta do. You see? Just gonna push it out so we get the initial bend take place straight under before it hits the road. But the still alignment is still there. So I just need to create right now my system here. So bringing you down, fine. We'll go. We'll do our 21. It's cutting it very close here, by the way. It's cutting it very close. And I'm going to drag this out by a 23 just to make it a little bit more further out. So we'll bring that in to there. Bring that in to there. Bend. 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 Now, if you could see this, it will look quite weird of the crisscross, but because we can't see it, we can kind of get away with it. I just now need to get these two connected. So, can I be graced by the connection tool today? I can. It's going to be a funky connection, boys, but it will work. It will work. So that is now all added in as well. So, in reality, what I'm going to do is I'm going to need all this stuff here moved, which means I need to create a water treatment plant, proper one. And then this road will eventually kind of, I know it kind of clips in, but again, we can do some work with this. We'll get it to kind of come down and then wiggle and bend and kind of continue this way to have more connectability. So it's a tight, close-knit connection, but the flow of how this road runs through and down to both commercial areas, either side with this in the middle, is going to be critical, is the best way to put it. So critical. So what I should really do now is actually just move these out of the way slightly. So if I just get the water down here. How much water have I got? Okay, I do need to move them. So if I slowly start to move these one by one, just so I can get it all connected up to the road, then hallelujah for your boy. Bring these on this road. There we go. So everything still works and still connects. So what I'll do is I'll delete there, and then we'll use the connection tool to connect from there to here. And we'll go as big as we can on the connection. Nice. And we just have to play around with this slightly now. So where's the node here for this? Can I grab it? Oh, I want the train line one. And then move that down. What I need to do then is actually drag it a bit further. Go underground and grab this node. Move that slightly in without trying to cripple the area too much. And does that work? We kind of get away with that a little bit more. And then what I'm going to try and do here is slightly raise it without you knowing too much. So it kind of creates the little bit of a... Whoa, what's happening here? That lane math does not work here, does it? How dare you, boys? How dare you? So we should see now trains coming in and out. And I wonder if... Let me undo that. If I can slightly push that out, just to give us a little bit more breathing space. Yeah. So, now we're even more connected. Now we're even more connected. So hopefully this will work. Again, we'll fast forward just to make sure it does. But it's so complicated, and it will look, if you could see it underneath, it will look so bad. But because we can't see it, you get away with the fantasy that this actually works. Another train coming in with a load of goods on. Another train here coming in. Another train there tearing through. So, like I said before, you should slowly now start to see less and less vehicles driving out, because now they'll train themselves out. This is what you should slowly start to see happen. So we just need to make sure that this is now working. So there's nothing stopping them also transporting goods from there to here and back. We just now... I know it's probably quicker to drive that way, but yeah, that road set up connects this commercial area and this commercial area easily via the trains. Very good. Very good. I just want to see a train actually work. I just want to see a train actually work on this line. Yeah, there's tracks there. We're all good. So we're just playing the waiting game, boys. So we see a train go down. Will it pop up? Or we need to trim that bit as well. Let's do it while it's fresh in our mind. There we go. Get out of underground. I'm trying to grab that there, but because the way it's all intertwined, it is a bit difficult. Nope. Ah, the node's there. There we go. We get away with it slightly. So yeah, it took a while before we started seeing trains go to the first one. So expect it to be something similar on this one right now. Because it is quite a big thing for them to update their routes to be able to go in this direction. There's another train coming through right now. Goes under. It's now a case of, does it do a left or does it go straight ahead? It's done a left to go that way, which is fine. Absolutely fine. There's another train coming down right now. And this will most likely do a left as well. If it continues, we're working, we're cooking, boys. But it's still the waiting game that we're playing. You've got to wait to see vehicles going into this as well. Because that's your first indication that it does work. Vehicles entering this building. Which I am yet to see. I'm yet to physically see it. There's another train coming now. Goes down. Does it pop up? Yes, boys! It works! Finally! We got a train underway. And I want to see this actually come in right now, hot and heavy. So let's come round. Train should drop off. It's actually a full train as well. So you can see this now moving, so it doesn't clip the on and off ramp, which is quite important. And then vehicles skedaddle left, right, and center. Yeah, boy. So another step forward for not only transporting the goods, but making the roads less and less busy. Yes. That's really good, isn't it? So let me know what you think about this system, guys. Let me know if you think it's a good idea to kind of encase it and hide it within the highway system. Now I can utilize cargo trains, and that's very, very exciting. So now that is done, I can add on every roundabout. To be honest with you, I could add a V here, but I'm for down here, but I'm just going to forget this area. I can add one for this kind of industrial area over here, so we can slowly start to expand this a bit more. We can definitely start to add one around here. I don't know how I'll do. I mean, the one for here, I'm definitely put there. So I know where I'm going to do like another one there, another one there. I mean, it would make sense to have as many as possible. But as we continue and build more industrial areas, we now have a cargo network to keep the vehicles off the road, which is quite exciting. Another train has just come in as more cargo goods skedaddle out. Oh man, this is making me very happy right now. This is making me very, very, very happy right now. I want to see another train tear through the highway system, boys. I want to see another train tear through. What direction would it come? I don't know yet. It's probably more likely going to come this way from the industrial area. But it also, there we go. It also makes it so much more efficient to see, to have the cargo lines, because now cargo from the industrial areas can be shipped a lot easier. Now we do have a large residential demand, so I'm going to assume unemployment's not very good. I say not in good, I mean in the sense that there's too many jobs to people. So we do need more people, but yeah. Would you look at this, boys? Would you look at this? It's absolutely glorious. So on that note, guys, we're going to end it here. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, smash the like button down below. Until next time I see you all soon. So, goodbye.